A lot of questions after a 9-year-old girl in Arizona accidentally shot her instructor with an Uzi. Tonight, hear from gun advocates what they say should have happened.
A decade in litigation. Over $300,000 of your tax dollars spent fighting the case. And still, this guy doesn't have the money legally awarded to him twice.
It's been a nightmare. Literally a nightmare.
It's taxpayer money, so we should be able to get some answers, right?
You're in my way.
Plus, the back-to-school battle that's brewing in Lansing. Should Michigan students be forced back into the classrooms before Labor Day? Who's pushing for it and who's against it?
We begin with breaking news tonight from Monroe County. That's where a deadly accident has shut down the southbound lanes of I-275.
It's happening in the village of Carlton, near the Carlton-Rockwood Road exit. At least one person is dead after a car driving on the wrong side of the freeway slammed into a semi-truck. The force of the crash so violent, the car is split into several pieces. The semi-truck then burst into flames.
Right now, let's take a live look at the scene. Police and emergency crews still there, directing traffic, continuing their investigation. Again, it's not clear why the driver was going the wrong direction on the freeway. We'll have much more information as we get it tonight.
All right, go ahead and give you one shot. All right. All right, full out of...
A tragic story involving a 9-year-old girl killing a gun range instructor with an Uzi. The recoil from the powerful weapon sent bullets spraying over the girl's head and in the direction of that instructor.
It happened 2,000 miles away in Arizona, but the incident has sparked a fierce debate across the country, including right here in Metro Detroit.
And so tonight the question is, how young is too young when it comes to guns and children?
Fox 2's Taryn Asher has been taking a closer look at the law here in Michigan, and she joins us now live. Taryn, I think some people may be very surprised by what is or isn't on the books in this state.
All right, Monica, because when it comes to young people shooting a gun under supervision, well, there really aren't any laws. And just like what happened in Arizona, it may not have been right, but it wasn't illegal. Video of the Arizona gun range setting the stage of what happened. After just a couple of words of instruction,
All right. All right, full out of...
a 9-year-old girl fires an Uzi. The recoil sent the gun over the girl's head, killing her instructor, who was standing right next to her, leaving civilians and gun advocates across the nation and here in Metro Detroit outraged.
He made a fatal mistake. That shouldn't happen at all.
He should have known that that's the direction that he was standing right where the gun was going to recoil. He should have known that.
All firearms are holstered. The line is safe.
Members of Detroit Sportsmen's Congress in Shelby Township, like Stan Surratt, support firearm training for youngsters. In fact, he enrolled his 10-year-old granddaughter in junior rifle and pistol training. But a 9-year-old allowed to shoot a fully automatic machine gun, he says, is unacceptable.
My first thought was not let the child do that. But second thought would be, and I've seen people do this, if you're an instructor, hold the gun down.
First off, the tragedy was just shocking. And second off, how could this even happen? A 9-year-old with a full auto? I mean, what were the parents thinking?
Bob Savo, an NRA certified training counselor and the chief range officer at DSC, says children 10 and over need to be under supervision to shoot a firearm at their range. But in Michigan right now, there is no law specifying how young is too young to shoot a gun when you are under supervision of a parent or an instructor, like what happened in Arizona.
Only when you violate the rules, the principles of gun safety, and maybe even common sense, that stuff like this happens.
No, certainly it's very hard to get a 9mm Uzi. It's an illegal weapon unless you're a member of the military, law enforcement, or have a Class 3 license, which is very hard to get. But what happened in Arizona, you see, it could have happened here. Murray?
Taryn, I don't mean this to sound disrespectful, but you have to wonder what the instructor was thinking at that time.
Of course, but we keep hearing over and over again, what were the parents thinking allowing this to happen? This is a very powerful, heavy, deadly weapon that this child, many people feel, should not have been allowed to shoot.
And plenty of people will continue to be talking about it. Taryn Asher, thank you for the live report.
Well, as you can imagine tonight, plenty of feedback on this story. Krista says, I hate how this story ended. But no, I don't think 9 is too young. Karen says no child needs to know how to fire any gun. Amanda says, I don't think the age is the problem. If you want to teach them, fine, but I don't think a kid should be shooting such a powerful weapon. And Andrew says, I learned to shoot at 8. However, I didn't start off with an Uzi. I worked my way up from a BB gun to a .22 rifle to a 9mm and so on. The debate continues right now online. You can sound off on Facebook, Twitter, or myfoxdetroit.com. We might even use your comments on the air.
A follow-up right now to a story that was breaking on Fox 2 News tonight at 5 o'clock. 2 people recovering after they were shot multiple times right there at the Eastland Center parking lot. One victim, a 30-year-old man, the other a 22-year-old woman. A car with 3 men inside pulled up and began shooting. A large caliber handgun and some type of rifle were used in the attack. Several witnesses were in the parking lot and they were able to give the police a good description of the vehicle, but the police aren't releasing that information right now. And this one is a story that we brought you as it was breaking yesterday. Authorities telling Fox 2 the man found under a busy Southfield overpass may be involved in what appears to be a murder-suicide. 56-year-old Michael Young was discovered near 9 Mile in Southfield with a gunshot wound to the chest. Now, around the same time, the police were visiting his Detroit home for a welfare check. And when they were in there, they came across the body of his longtime girlfriend, LaDonna Wicks.
We received a 911 call for the well-being check, and Southfield PD showed up as all at the same time.
It was shocking because we didn't expect that. Like I said, we are very close and we'd be aware of what's going on around here, so it was shocking. We didn't expect that. It's very sad. You know, we wish if somebody would have knew more, maybe somebody could have reached out to both of them.
Other neighbors describe Young and his girlfriend as beautiful people, and some sad irony here. Young's Facebook page displays this cover photo and the words, "Stop killing each other."
New at 10 tonight, the company Art Capital Group has offered to loan the city of Detroit up to $4 billion to help get it out of bankruptcy, but the deal may require the city to sell some of the artwork inside the DIA. The city swiftly dismissed the offer, saying selling the art is not an option. A high school student says she was living a nightmare. Tonight she's speaking out after she says she was bullied and harassed by her teacher. That teacher still has his job. Now the teen is suing him and the school district. 16-year-old Brianna Linkfield goes to Jefferson High in Monroe. She says she saw her band teacher, 32-year-old Brian Sullivan, duct tape another student to a chair. Brianna reported that incident. She says the school then retaliated against her by pulling her out of band class. In the lawsuit, Brianna claims Sullivan harassed her and other students, even making sexual comments.
He just said, "Oh, you're looking very nice in that dress," and looked me up and down and made me really uncomfortable. He had thrown a piece of chalk at somebody's face before and it hit him right about there. Just barely missed their eye. He's known for throwing chairs and kicking stands across the room.
Brianna plans on going to a new high school. Sullivan was suspended for a week with pay. He denies the allegations, telling Fox 2 he can't comment on the case. In a statement, the school says it will do all it can to ensure a safe, supporting learning environment for its students.
30,000 DTE Energy customers still without power tonight, but at least the heat and the humidity are down tonight, and it's a great night for a ball game.
It is. Of course, Comerica Park is packed. We have some live pictures for you. You can see the game's still going on. Woody's going to have full highlights coming up in about 40 minutes. But again, a great night with less humidity and less heat. Here are your numbers right now. 69 here, 64 in Lansing. It's cooler up into the thumb region, still 70 down in Toledo. Very pleasant out there as we bottom out at 57. More sunshine tomorrow and then more clouds for Friday into the weekend. And right now the weekend looks a bit unsettled. We're going to talk about that Labor Day forecast all coming up in about 20 minutes. Monica, back to you.
Thanks, Rich. It is the bus system that so many people rely on to get to work or school. And voters just approved a millage to keep smart buses on the road. But Fox 2's Amy Lang says you might be second-guessing your vote once you find out how they're spending your tax dollars.
Well, Monica, was started as an allegation of discrimination at SMART following 9/11 has turned into an ongoing court battle. Meet the man who took on his former employer, won his case against SMART more than once, and still hasn't seen a dime or a degree of justice. And wait until you see what happens when we try to get answers. This one will make you wonder about Smart's commitment to smart spending. Remember, these are your taxpayer dollars at work. It's coming up next in my Problem Solver investigation.
He's accused of killing his wife, Alicia Fox. Her children are still missing. Aaron Justice is back in Michigan, arraigned on first-degree murder.
You're not going to win. You're done. You're guilty.
I don't even look at him as a human anymore.
Why the family of Alicia Fox says they're not giving up hope, and their message to the man they call a monster.
He is the son of some major, and I do mean major, movers and shakers in the Motor City. But now he's not sitting too pretty. This 57-year-old member of a prominent and powerful family is locked up, and it does not look good. Detroit police say it was a combination of stupid stuff that landed him in cuffs, like tinted windows, suspected crack cocaine, and a hooker. And wait till you find out how he got pinched by the police. I'm Andre Isom, and that's tonight on The Edge.